Alright, so in this video, I'm going to talk about why the grind is important. So imagine as if you got every single thing that you've ever dreamed, ever wanted right now. What would be the point of living? A dramatic pause there because I want you to think about it. Like, if you got every single thing you wanted right now, like the way you want it, like the way your brain wants it, because it's always, want. What would you be? What would you be doing? Wouldn't that get boring? So let me ask you this. Is the grind important? I'd say so. The grind is very important. Like, we really underestimate the value of the journey. You ever realize how some things, the journey was more fun than the actual reward in the end? Or the journey was more rewarding than the reward in the end? Or, all these other things. You realize that the journey to get to wherever you were going to go is just as valuable or even more valuable than the reward itself. I feel like we lose sight of that because, the human brain's always like, want. But we never think about what we already have. It's kind of like what my friend JR told me. As you're on your journey, sometimes you gotta stop and smell the roses. You know what I'm saying? So what does that mean? Well, that means think about the little things you've already achieved, Don't just sit there and be like, oh, I don't have. Think about what you do have. Think about how much better, life would be if you thought about what you did have rather than what you didn't have. Because the brain, it doesn't know what it can gain. It only knows what it can lose. You ever notice it's so much easier to think about what you could lose rather than what you could gain? Fear. It's fear. Our brain's trying to protect us. That's what fear is. It's just a protection mechanism. But usually fear is wrong and we should, overcome them. Like talking to people. Did you know? I heard there was some study. I don't know how accurate the study is. Most people would rather die than public speak. What? Like, you're telling me that people would rather die than public speak? Like, what does it come to? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we so insecure and afraid of other people, the way society shaped everything? Like, the grind is important, man. You gotta, work on things, work on yourself. Most importantly, it's like this quote I saw one time. It's something like, find 3 hobbies in life. One that keeps you in shape, one that makes you money, and one that keeps you creative. I live by that quote, and YouTube basically does all these things for me because I like to work out, it keeps me fit. Excuse me. I got YouTube making me money, and I got creativity also from YouTube, making these videos, thinking of ideas all the time. The idea came to me, so I was like, all right, bet. Because now I'm just making, whenever I get an idea, I'm just making a video. Because I basically saw this thing where it's like, you might get an idea, and if you don't act on that idea, it'll go to somebody else. Like, it's looking for a host. Like, you ever have a really good idea, right? And then, you store it, forget about it. Then you see somebody else with the same idea. And then they were, really successful. Kind of straying from the point a bit, but the grind is important. I just talked about why. It's all part of that stay checked mentality, man. Like, you gotta go out there and live life to the fullest. So yeah, I'm talking to you right there. Live life to the fullest. You only have one chance to grind. Get inspired or stay tired. Like I always say, stay checked. I'll see you in the next one.